Hey guys, Casual Crono here. All the attention right now is on Xianhua, and there was another banner character that came out. Anabel ES, Holy Sentinel style. And with everyone's focus on the new character, I really haven't seen that much testing done yet with Anabel. So I thought I would just kind of play around with her. I'm using my good old trusty Alma magic team. Anabel has the ability to swap between DPS or tank. And if the front row characters, if there's more shadow characters, then all of her skills will function as a tank. And if you read, it'll say in the guiding light stance or in the luring shadow stance. So I have the luring shadow characters, and that means the second part of all of the skills are taking effect right now. So for example, if I cast Divine Dusk, I'm going to debuff in Luring Shadow, the buff effects increase ×2, which means my party's power, intellect, and speed should all buff up, I guess, double, so maybe 100%. In addition, the enemy's power and intellect decreases and speed decreases by 50% for one turn. And if I get attacked, not only do I do an attack, but I also heal the party members and restore mana. So in that regard, she kind of functions like Radius AS or Dunnerith Altar. So the skills I've chosen, I happened to have Anabel from a long time ago. She was her AS style I used as part of, she was my water team tank for a very long time, way long time ago. And I pull her so often, she had 116 light points when I happened to pull Anabel ES, so I gave her the last 4 so she could have an extra badge. And right off the bat, her hit points are incredible. I gave her the fishhook spear, which gives 1,000 health. I gave her the Elpis Bangle. I gave her 2 badges from Toto's Theater World. Both of them improved health by 2,000. One decreased her mana and one decreased her speed. I wasn't sure. A lot of times I'll just do a double speed and then she's really slow. And some of her skills are preemptive, so I wasn't too concerned about her speed. But if she's attacked and restores mana, I looked at her mana and she had like over 700 mana, so I'm like, I could probably get away with 300-ish mana. So that was the reason for that. If I have mana issues, I might just swap back and do like a double speed penalty and have a speed of like 60. Grasta-wise, I stole the Grasta that I'm using for Radius. So she has continual MP and HP regen. The upgrades are the Light Shadow HP. Since she has 120 light points, then she gets a nice little boost. It's better than the HP plus ore. And the base for each of these is 300. So she gets regen. She restores the AF bar a little bit, not that it matters, and she gets the health self-healing skill, which also does not matter. But she gets 900 health base, and then whatever boost 120 more light points gives. So I basically equipped her the exact same way as I did Radius AS. Now she is at level 81, and Radius is at level 80, but right off the bat, she has 15,000 health if I equip some random lance user with Robust Body Lance in the back. Without it, she still has 14,700 health, which is 1,000 more than my Radius. And you all have seen me use my Radius for all sorts of things. So Radius gets 1,000 health from her Illusion Sword. She has the Elpis Bangle. She has 2 of those, and I'm literally wearing Radius's 3 Grasta. And in fact, Radius's VC Grasta is better. Radius has a 900 HP Grasta, and I only had an old Paladin Proof that I equipped for 300. So her base health is higher than Radius AS's as far as I can figure. Now, that is most likely because she is Stellar Awakened, and I have all of those HP plus nodes. So if you have the Stellar Awakened version, she'll have more health just naturally, and more stats. But either way, right now between the two, I have a 15,000 hit point tank, or I have a 13,700 hit point tank. So let's see what types of things... Actually, before we do this, let's cancel. This is the first time I'm really using her, so I'm really kind of learning a lot. Her Valor Chant, which we probably won't use unless she gets knocked into the back row, apparently improves type resistance and prevents her from being knocked back one time. Alright, if she has two Miglance Palace allies in the front line, she gets some extra abilities, but I don't really have that many Miglance people that I use, so I'm just kind of ignoring that one. So I have 3 Shadow allies, so I should enter Luring Shadow mode. And at the battle start, all party members will have a 100% damage barrier once, but it lasts for 3 turns. That's nice. So if an enemy doesn't immediately attack, and they self-buff sometimes on the first turn, then I still have this damage barrier. And I guess if you have Miglance Palace allies, you get 3 barriers. Okay, she has all the typical resistances and all the buffs and everything from the gear. And according to the wiki, when I looked at her stats and everything, it's still being developed. There's a lot of areas that aren't really filled right now, particularly her Stellar Awakened section. But it looks like she also has... Well, let's see if I can look it up in her Stellar window. Alright, that's her unique skill. It basically casts a prayer and it attacks. That's the barrier, that's the allies, that's the allies. I read somewhere that for the first turn her hit points are doubled and she takes all attacks, because one of the things I noticed, none of her abilities give her rage, and that's concerning to me. She might be an awesome tank, but if I can't get the enemies to attack her, it's kind of pointless. So it looks like she might have a first turn rage. I'm not sure. But if that doubling of health thing is true, then she should have a massive amount. Alright. Wow. 30,000 health. But no rage. Okay. So let's take a look at her. So there's that Luring Shadow thing. Users' hit points are 100, basically double. Restore the HP that was increased at the turn start. Attacks that hit all allies only hit the user. So single target attacks might still hit allies, I guess. That doesn't seem right. And she takes double damage and it lasts for 1 turn. So I guess if the enemy attacks on the first turn, she could be in a world of hurt, but because of her high health, it might not matter. Alright. She has some ability that says Miglance Gleam. It's for this momentous thrust. And it's a really, really powerful attack. It removes all buffs from the enemies. You can use it once, but then I believe if you use the Stellar Burst and use Justice during the Stellar Burst, you gain it back or something like that. So, alright, let's see. Aura. The aura is already activated. I have Tetra, and Tetra, his aura, when your health drops below 80%, he gives you a physical and magic resistance buff, and he buffs your health and mana. It's lit up like it's in use right now, but her mana is not doubled. or, well, 25% increase. Her mana is not increased. Her HP is exactly what I expected it to be. But it looks like she has physical magic resistance. No. Weird. I wonder if that's just a bug or something. Normally if it's not active, it's not lit up, it looks kind of grayish like these. Like I haven't blown the AF bar and Gunce's aura is turned off right now. Weird. Well, I don't know if that's just a graphical glitch or if the physical magical resistance is actually improved, but given that the health and mana aren't, I'm guessing it probably isn't as well. Alright. Let's see. Reduces damage 1 time. She has cover for the first turn. Okay, well. So the skills I've chosen to test out. Justice will start a prayer and attack. It basically does 2 skills at once. So I can also do Poison and Pain, and it's persistent and ignores resistance. It deploys what's called Defense Wall when I'm in Luring Shadow stance. I'm not sure how often I would use that, because usually I want to deploy, like in this case, I want a magic zone to beef up Alma. So if I cast this while the magic zone is up, I could replace the magic zone by Defense Wall. But it might be fun just to try out, I guess maybe for some turtle type techniques. I don't even know what Defense Wall does, so we'll figure that out. I chose this Moral Will because anything that improves resistance and type resistance is great. And it also improves the party's type attack, so she can buff Alma that way. Let's see. And then Divine Dusk, which is the skill that triggers with Justice. In Luring Shadow, it will decrease the enemy's power, intellect, and speed for 1 turn. It does an attack, and if the user is hit by an attack, it will counter with a fire attack and heal the team and restore the mana. So, alright, well, enough talking. Let's just go ahead and start exploring. So, let's go ahead and Moral Will. And the rest of the team is going to do what it always does. Attack order. We'll just have her Ether Alchema. Alright, first turn is over. Her hit points should go back to about 15,000. Okay, and they're still at 30,000. Is this every single turn? So at the end of the turn, since there's 3 shadow characters in the front row, it restores itself? That could be interesting. Okay, well, maybe it's another glitch. Who knows? It says that Tetra's aura is active too. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and activate Justice. That will start her praying. Nocturnal Procession. We'll go ahead and Black Dragon it and Ether Alchema it. Alright, so the prayer heals the team. So that's why the team got healed. I thought it was an actual prayer like Mariel and Tuva and all of them. I don't see any prayer status. Okay, so maybe that's just like a one-time thing? Might have to change some of these skills around if that's the case. Alright, so so the boss already has Divine Dusk skill. Guess let's go ahead and Moral Will it. We've already cast those, so let's Rosaliliac again. Let's Awaken the Zone and Lunatic. Actually, since we're awakening the zone, why don't we just see how damaging this Momentous Thrust is. Now she doesn't have any Grasta for damage, so 1 million. Not too much in the grand scheme of things. Alright, what turn is it? Alright, on the last turn I want to blow the AF bar and check out her burst thing, so hopefully I don't kill it. Alright, attack order, nocturnal, and let's justice it again, I guess? Sure, why not? Alright, final turn. Let's blow the AF bar and see this burst ability in action, shall we? So, I don't care about killing the dummy. This is more just a test of her, but her health is still above 30,000. So, I'm guessing as long as the front row characters are all shadow, because I guess if like 2 of them got knocked back, then that might stop her skill, but she's still sitting at 30,000. My understanding, by the way, of the burst, if I cast it, then that extra bar, you know, that counts up to, I think 10. If you have ES characters, I think it maxes out that bar as well. So we'll just spam a few skills. Spam, 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 spam. Alright, we got the burst. Justice, okay. During the burst, let's see. Yep, it increases the EX level to maximum, so that 5 should become a 10. And it's fire type piercing attack on all enemies, extra extra large, strength times 30. Alright. Let's see what this looks like. Alright, she heals the team. There's the attack. Not particularly powerful, but then she's not really geared for that. Alright, here's her EX attack at the end. Alright, there's a little rainbow pony. I don't know the My Little Ponies. Is that like Applejack or someone? Oh wow, that was some nice damage there at the end. I'll have to check back in the recording, but that looked like 170 million maybe? That's a lot better than a lot of EX attacks. And that was without any like pain grastas, anything, so imagine what her damage is like when she's with all light characters. That could be pretty devastating. Well, why don't we take this team out for a spin? For my first attempt, I'm going to try the tried and true Chaos Ogre. I'm kind of curious about a few things with the Chaos Ogre. No upgrades. That curse at the beginning of each turn, would her one-time barrier actually block that? And the Chaos Ogre does have some single target attacks, so is she going to take those, or are people still going to get hurt? I guess we haven't gone yet, so yep, she took damage. Alright, let's see. Well, now Tetra's aura will actually activate for real, which means if he boosts her health by 25% and that one turn thing continues each turn, that means next turn her health is going to be even higher than 30,000. Alright, well, let's go ahead and Let's try the justice thing in the prayer. Pain. Let's set a magic zone. And let's see, he resists right now. Let's brain record it. I don't know if he has any weaknesses, so. Alright, so the team got healed. Alright. She is taking all of those. There's her reactive healing. Sure enough, she's at 32,000 health now. That is crazy. That is nuts. Alright. Let's see. Yep. We're going to Paper Tiger it to make him weak to Ether Alchema. Let's go ahead and Nocturnal Procession it and beef up resistances even more. Should we? Yeah, why not? Alright, she took that hit. Oh, we're in Fire Zone now. She's restoring health. Alright, he should be weak to Ether Alchema now. Now for those of you that have watched me beat this guy countless times before, I'd normally kill him in 2 or 3 turns, but I'm really slowing this down because I really want to explore some of her abilities as a tank. Alright, let's see. She still seems to be having this ridiculous amount of health at the start of every turn, which is nice. Alright, so if I cast Justice... Oh, I wonder if I should try that defense wall. That might be kind of fun. Yeah, let's try that. Is that preemptive? It is not. Alright, so we're going to Illusion Black Dragon it. Lunatic with her. We'll go ahead and Rosa Liliac again. Why not? Let's see this defense wall in action. Alright. Well, party members' individual attacks still went to party members. I don't even know what defensive blessings do. Damage. Excuse me. Damage taken and damage caused are both reduced. Does not affect fixed damage and rate damage. What's rate damage? Poison and pain, maybe? Alright. Alright, well he's still weak. Let's awaken the zone and keep it there. Let's Nocturnal Procession it. We've cast Moral Will. Guess let's do another Justice, heal back the team. And that'll put him down to his HP stopper. Maybe not. What in the world? Now she's like frozen? Does he have that ability? I usually kill this guy so fast I don't even know what abilities he has. Let's see. Ah, her health is back to normal. Stone. Oh, that's stone. Okay. Does... I forget if reincarnation clears ability... status effects. Nope. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and knock him out, I think. Is she still lunaticked? Yes, she is. Alright, now we've definitely hit his HP stopper.
Masters of alchemy, prepare bullets.
Can't burst when you're stoned, I guess. Aha, Tetra can heal stone. Alright, so does she get her insane health back? Yes, she does. Alright, it must be every single turn that there's enough shadow characters in the front. So that one turn is kind of misleading. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, well, anyway, let's finish up this fight. Am I still... Yes, I'm still lunaticked, so as long as I ether alchema... Oh, he's resisting again. And I've already used Paper Tiger. Oh well. I should be able to Stellar Burst Justice and still have a turn, right?
Direct your prayers to my sword.
Yep, there's the team healed. She definitely does not barrier pierce. Alright, well, anyway, let's see. We got Pain and Poison going. Let's buff. Justice would have cast Divine Dusk, so let's Moral Will it. Divine Dusk is only 2 stacks. She lost her, what you call it? The ability that removes all the buffs and debuffs. Interesting. I guess you lose abilities when you get stoned. Anyway, I guess let's, Divine Dusk. It doesn't really matter. She should kill it. Alright, so we're gonna break, and then she's gonna attack. Alright, so as long as she's not incapacitated, it looks like she keeps that double health thing. Single target attacks still did hit the party, but otherwise that wasn't too bad. Okay, let me find something else I can maybe test her on. So this might be really stupid, and this might be a really quick fight. But it occurred to me, with that much health, I'm kind of curious what the Fists of All Heaven will do to her. I mean, she's supposed to take double damage, but if she's kind of buffed up with resistances and everything, I kind of wonder, can she survive it? So, we're gonna find out. My personal guess is no, she will not.
Let us keep this brief, shall we?
Alright. I swapped that third skill that provided pain in the defense barrier thing with Paladin's Path. It says, praying effects, damage taken by all party members 50%. So it should be a prayer, as far as I'm concerned. It says lasts 3 turns, and I thought that was the strongest learned unique skill, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe Momentous Thrust is the unique skill. So anyway, I am going to, below the AF bar, we are going to cast Paladin's Path and Moral Will to beef up her defenses during the AF bar. I'm going to go ahead and cast Rosa Liliac and Nocturnal, and I don't know, I'm not trying to win this fight. I just want to see if she can survive Fists. So if I can reduce the enemy's power, reduce damage intake, give her a 5,000 hit point shield to go with her 30,000 health, and then improve her resistances. Actually, I wonder if Fists is affected by power and int reductions. Alright, well I'm just going to try to get all 3 in then. So I'll go 3, 2, 1 with her. And I guess I'll do an attack order. So 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2, and then all 1s. And hopefully the AF bar will last that long. So 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get to the power reduction. Alright. So this is without the power reduction from her, but I think I was able to work in the prayer.
A worthy opponent.
She survived. She actually survived the Fists of All Heaven. Now, half the party didn't, and she did not take their attacks for like she was supposed to. But she actually survived the Fists of All Heaven. Cool. Okay. Divine. And I guess let's, I have Tetra. I guess I could technically reincarnate, but I think I'm about to be attacked by another Fists. So this time with Divine Dusk, I should reduce their power and intellect. They were doing 3,600 points of damage per attack. I'm gonna throw her in the back row. Can I move her in the back row? Yep. Am I still praying? I'm not still praying. Was I ever praying? I don't know. I guess prayers break when you take damage, so maybe that's why I'm not praying. Oh well. Let's just see if she can survive it again. Oh, that's right, her speed is so slow. That was worth a shot.
I was not worthy enough to...
So why don't we set up the reaction heal and make sure we get that first ability cast.
Alchemists never run from a fight.
Remember, I'm not trying to win here. I just want to see what she's capable of. So we'll do an attack order. Alright, this is preemptive. That one's not. When user is hit by a magic attack or physical attack, she should heal, but she has to survive the attacks first. Alright, so we're going to do 3, 3, 3, and then this time we're going to do Divine Dusk. Alright. 1, 3, 3, 3. 1, 1. There's Divine Dusk. Alright, so this time they have some major power reductions. And she should heal back. Alright, here we go. Some people are going to die. Not her. And she healed back. Okay, now with the power reductions, let's see, that counter I think only lasts for 1 turn. Or maybe the power reductions last for 1 turn. Alright, let's beef up her resistance this turn and just see what happens. Counters, heals, heals. Alright, next Fists. Looked like he was doing 1200 damage per hit. And there's 10 hits, so that means she should survive. Oh, no, that's 3000s now. That was fun, though.
I was not.
She actually
worthy
survived a
enough
couple when there were other people taking the blows. So Radius or Pry are still probably definitely better since they simply cannot die. But that was kind of fun. For this test, what I wanted to do, I'm starting with 3 shadow characters in the front row, and I'm going to swap in a light character. So I want to see if she loses that ability mid-fight. And we're just going to use Melissa's Manifest Weapon to test it. Again, I'm not trying to win the fight.
So
I'm just kind of learning more about this character. Alright, so Luring Shadow, check. We're going to swap out with a light character. And we'll go ahead and set Crystal Zone since we have Slash Zone instead. And what should we use with her? Let's let's just go ahead and let's get that reaction attack going.
I will lead you to prosperity.
Alright, so now we have 2 shadow excuse me, and 2 light characters. Alright, she still has the Luring Shadow stuff. Let's beef up defenses. Prayer with her. And alright, so now we have prayers going. She got attacked and healed. Right. Third turn, I need to use Sword and Heart. Let me blow the AF bar for that one. See, I think I cast both of those, so I'll just Hornet Hail. She'll attack. During the AF bar, what should I do? Moral Will. And I guess Divine Dusket. Alright, we're learning. We're just gonna see what happens. Whoops, I didn't mean to do Apostle. Actually, maybe I did. Come on, Shadow. Let's Stellar Burst it. Alright. Justice. Hornet Hail. Sword and Heart. And I think we still need to work in... Oh, such pretty numbers. We need to work in the defenses still, I think. Moral Will. There we go. I think I've done everything I wanted to.
This is not where I die.
Alright, next turn. Do I still have 30,000? Yes, I do. Alright. And because I did it during the Stellar Burst, I can moke it whenever I want. So let's Apostle, let's see. 3 turns, 5 turns, 3 turns. Let's Hornet Hail again. I guess attack, I'm still praying. Alright, we cast that. We don't want to overwrite the other prayers, so I guess let's Divine Dusket again. all the attacks did go to Anabel.
I go.
Yeah, let's go ahead and moke it. Switch back. Now we can sword and heart when we want to. Alright, let's Promised Land this turn. Nephrite boost. Guess let's redo the prayer. Yep, looks like either I got hurt or it ran out. And let's take this turn to recast Moral Will.
Alakazam.
That's some pretty decent reaction damage. Alright. Back. How many more turns do I have? 2 of Savior. Alright. So Promised Land. Duration lasts a while, so let's Apostle it. Let's see. Turns left 1 for Crystal. So let's do that, and I guess let's Divine Dusk it, because those debuffs wear off pretty quick.
May you rest in peace. This is not where I die. Here I go.
Alright, so we have the maxed out thing. We need to use Sword and Heart this turn, so let's blow that. We'll do 1 Benediction for Crystal Stance. Spam Apostle and see if we can get that high. Guess we'll Hornet Hail. A la Aurea. And I guess Divine Dusk. Alright. And then we'll Sword and Heart, I guess towards the end, if hopefully in a burst. Alright, come on, Shadow Points. Maybe. There we go. Oh, I forgot to click the abilities. Oh well. Let's see. No, I believe Melissa kills me this turn.
Where I die.
Or not? Wasn't that her last life? She usually does a pretty massive attack. Alright. I'm not in sword wielding state anymore, am I? Nope. And let's see, if I switch to Moke, I can be in sword wielding state. And then we're going to switch right back. Sword and Heart it. Hornet Hail. Let's see, am I still praying? I am still praying. Not in Crystal Stance anymore, but I think Sword and Heart's strong enough. Alright, and I guess Divine Dusk? Yeah, might as well. Strongest learned unique skill and Divine Dusk. Oh well. Well, I guess the lack of Crystal Zone actually really hurt. Okay. Well, that and probably my Benediction wore off now that I'm thinking about it. Oh well, either way. Crystal Zone, Hornet Hail, a la Aurea, and let's Moral Will it. Either way, the main goal of this test was to see if I swapped out and had an even number of light and shadow characters, if she would lose any of her, I guess, abilities. And it looks like she stays. Now, whether or not she's staying in it because you just stay in whatever you start in, or if I need to add in another light character, could I actually swap over to the DPS stance? I don't know. Okay. Let's finish this off. Let's Hornet Hail, and I wonder if Apostle will be enough. Okay.
Where are my compliments?
Alright, so starting off with 3 shadow characters and then making it even during the fight kept her in the Luring Shadow tank mode. Good to know. I think for my final test tonight, I'm going to try this. It's kind of a modification of my fire team. I don't have Violet in the back, who's a sword and glutton user, because I needed 3 shadow characters in the front, and Violet's light and Aldo's light. So I threw in Nagi. She's a glutton, and so she will help buff Minalka's damage, and then just for the other 2 I threw in basically 30% proficiency debuff resistances. So on the first turn, she is going to swap out with Sukiya. And that should mean that Anabel is a tank the remainder of this fight. We're going to try the Karakuri Heart of Ro. Alright. We're going to swap out. We'll get Fire Stance that way. Pain and Poison. She's going to Rip and Tear because she always does. And let's try Divine Dusk to get that counter going. There's Fire Zone.
I'll make sure no one's left out.
Kind of my thought process here. Anabel has such high health. Minalka saps the health of everyone for her Tributum stacks. And this time there's no barrier, I think, after the first turn, so I would think, yep, she should be at 50 stacks pretty much all the time. That could be fun. Alright, Rip and Tear. We are going to go ahead and awaken the zone. It's kind of nice because Anabel is a fire user, so Fire Zone is kind of right up her alley. Let's go ahead and start praying, and we'll buff the team up even more. There's the prayer, okay. There's the awakened Fire Zone. Alright, Anabel was attacked, but not enough to break the prayer. I think if I saw it right, she gets a 5,000... Yes, 5,000 shield. But of course, Minalka broke the prayer. That's okay. We need to do Divine Dusk again to reduce the power. That's the one thing. I don't like how Divine Dusk, it only saps the enemy's power for 1 turn. And it looks like that means she also reactively heals for basically a turn before you have to recast it. And for someone like Radius, who I normally have in this team, hers lasts 5 turns. So, alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and Rosa Liliac again. Let's reduce fire resistance and Rip and Tear again. Sure, why not?
It's over.
Alright, let's check out that Tributum. Yep, 50 stacks. Alright, I'm officially declaring it. If you want to make sure that she has maximum tributum for maximum rip and tear, you might really want to consider Anabel as your tank. In fact, let's have some fun with this. Let's go ahead and blow the AF bar. I forget if he has one more HP stopper or not, but you know what? We're just going to have some fun. So let's see. That's 3 turns, so we'll do that one time for good measure, then attack. We just recast Rosa Liliac, so 2. She always rips and tears. We'll just have her keep ripping and tearing. You know what? Let's throw in an Annihilator. Let's just get her health up and then rip and tear. He's almost dead anyway. And we will Moral Will and Divine Dusk. So we'll do 3, 2, 2, 2, then spam 1 for everyone, even though that's not a fire attack, but that is. So that should keep the AF bar going for a little while, and then when we Stellar Burst it, we will do Justice. And actually that Momentous Thrust should... that did a lot of damage on its own on the test dummy, so... Alright, so let's do this. 3, 2, 2, 2. Rip and tear. Justice. Now in Stellar Burst, it will do the strongest unique skill, it will cast Divine Dusk, and then an additional fire type piercing attack, double extra large, strength times 30, and we are in a fire zone. So let's see how much that final damage does. It definitely looks like the boss is dead. And this is actually, he's dead a lot quicker than normal. So she heals the team. I think here's her final attack. That wasn't too much damage. And we just keep spamming away. And, oh, this one, that's right, this is her EX attack. And the EX gauge is at 10 because I Stellar Bursted it. We got My Little Pony Applejack making an appearance.
Now, we must fulfill the promise we have made. Charge forth with strong conviction and impenetrable faith.
And the damage is, as a tank, like 29 million or 299 million. I couldn't quite check that fast. I'll see in editing, but either way, respectable. And we just defeated Karakuri Heart of Ro in, what, like 4 turns? That feels like it was a lot faster than with my Radius team. I think Minalka has a new best friend. Anabel with her massive amounts of health. As long as you can have her start off with a shadow team. That was the one catch. Normally, this is my team. There's Violet. And she is a glutton. So I was doing that without Robust Body Sword or Enhance if Max HP Sword. Alright, give me that back. Normally this is my Fire Minalka team, but I needed 3 Shadow users, and Minalka and Iffy were the only Shadow users here. So, alright, well, it looks like Anabel definitely has some very strong tank capabilities. She even took a few blows from the Ukwaji clan without dying. If you build her with health and plan on using her as a tank, she has a massive amount of health, probably the most I've seen out of all of my tanks yet. Though you could make an argument that Radius's barrier kind of effectively doubles her health in barrier form, but she has even more than that because she can go up to level 100 and has the stellar HP areas. And she does have that prayer that gives her a 5,000 health barrier. So, wherever it went, Paladin's Path. So she could have basically the effectively 35-ish thousand health, and that's before Tetra's aura kicks in too. So that is insane. And she just made a few super bosses look fairly easy. So if you don't have Radius AS, and you don't want to deal with Prize, Indulgence, Stun, Anabel looks like she could definitely be up there as a possible meta tank. Might be a little early to say that, because she doesn't have the chivalry type of effect. She did really well on these tests. So I'll let you all, comment below and theorycraft and see if we can make better use of her. I noticed, I wasn't using Moral Will quite as often as I wanted to, because I kept having to Divine Dusk basically every other turn. And when I tried to work in prayers, at least with Minalka, she would definitely cause damage and break the prayer. So I don't know if the prayer would be an effective skill to use if you're pairing her with Minalka or Iffy, characters that do self-damage. But anyway, so that's those are some of my preliminary tests. I'm going to get this out there while the character's new. This is it is April 13th, 2024, so she's only been out for a few days, and I'm sure many people will find even better ways to make use of her, but at least this is a starting point. Casual Chrono, signing out.